How's it going today, guys? Figured we'd say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all that good stuff to you for the new 2020 year. Wanted to show you our fleet here for this new year. We've got a two-wheel drive Traxxas Slash. It is an old one. It's been upgraded, kind of. We've got the Fortec 2.0 Ford GT and the Proline Pro 2 two-wheel drive race truck with some new Badland tires on it. Looks pretty evil. New Dodge body. Pretty sweet truck. So today we're gonna run this truck and show you some stuff. We're also gonna show you a little bit on this older truck that is now a Volkswagen Beetle. It does not have a Tekin system in it. But you know what they say, more stickers makes it faster, so that one's pretty fast. This one's got to be the slowest car, and that one's really fast because it's got all kinds of stickers on it. Now, I'm just playing. This car is really actually one of the faster cars. This car does 60-70 miles an hour, where this car probably does the same. It's just on dirt, so it's hard to keep a car going that fast on dirt. This one's very fast also. We haven't really done a top speed run on these two cars. I do know that Fortec is really fast. So, the old Slash two-wheel drive. This was a brushed kit. It's now brushless. I put a Valenian system in it. Valenian ESC. And I did this a couple years ago. I gave it to a guy. He gave it back to me, and this fan, when I plug in the battery, it makes some weird sounds. I didn't change the servo. It's still got the stock steering servo in it from when it was brushed, if I remember right. It's been a couple years since I built it. It's got the Traxxas 4x4 shocks, front and rear. When I got it back, the original springs were white. These are not Traxxas springs. They were white, but they were rusted, and when you push it down, it would stay down for a minute, and then it would kind of slowly come up, which isn't right. You want things to move freely. So we've got all the suspension working right again. It's got the Traxxas 4x4 wheels and tires. So the truck that I had bought originally and took the parts off of to put on this was a Traxxas Slash Platinum. So these tires were alright. They're a little bit hard, and in the cold weather they don't like to hook up on pavement at all, so it's really hard to get a high-speed run out of it on pavement right now because it's snowing. I needed the gear off of it. Looks like my slipper clutch is all missing right now. Oh, there it is. I needed to take that apart. We're doing some other stuff with it. So that one kind of turned into a donor for the moment. We're not going to take the body off of the Fortec. It does have this motor in it, the Valenian motor. It's got the same ESC, but it's new. So same features, same thing. It's all-wheel drive. There's nothing special about that car other than it is really fast. I mean, if you have a brushless Fortec, it doesn't have all this red stuff. That's kind of special, but no upgraded steering servo, no upgraded power system. It's all the same stock stuff that comes in the brushless car. This car, so this is the Proline Pro 2 race truck, and what makes this truck neat is Proline had all these parts to upgrade your Slash two-wheel drive. And for those of you that think that's wrong, That is actually the transmission cover off of the Slash two-wheel drive. The transmission is a Proline transmission, and it is so much smoother than the regular two-wheel drive transmission, like night and day different. In fact, when you roll it, I've got the gear mesh set up pretty good, but it is not very noisy when you roll it. When you play with it, it's not super noisy, where that one's a little noisy, a little clunky. This one's really smooth. We are running a little bit of a funky battery setup because we only have one battery. We've got 3 cars and we've got one battery. We're gonna fix that and change it out. So the power system in this car is not out of a Slash. It's actually out of another car that we had, because we're gonna upgrade this. We have plans on putting Tekin ESC and Tekin motor in it, and we are going to run a higher powered battery. So this does have an upgraded steering servo. It's a cheap one. I don't remember what it is exactly. I know it's very cheap. It was like $20, but it is a fairly fast and fairly decent torque steering servo. It is a two-wheel drive, so it doesn't need anything super fast and super torquey. Even with these Badland tires, it turns them really good. These are my favorite tire, I think, from Proline. They're called Badlands. They're the 1.0s. They're not the new series. The new series looks a little funky to me, because like in the lugs, they're kind of cut out a little bit. I guess that's for more grip. They might be good tires. I haven't ever had experience with them. At least not yet. The battery we're running right now is the Traxxas 2-cell. It's a soft case, 7600 milliamp hours, and a 25C burst rate, which is not great. So if you're building an RC and you want good power out of what you're building, don't skimp on the battery. Don't buy cheap batteries. Buy good quality batteries. Brushless systems, you want to run at least a 50C or higher. You can run higher. Some companies make 25 and lower, and they tell you, oh, it's going to be great, but then you go out and you run with your friend and he's got a 50C, 75C, or 100C burst rate. That battery is going to kick your butt, just because it has a lot more low-end power where you need it. And of course, driving these things, you've got to figure out how to drive them. So like I said, on this one, it's old. So this had the old crystal setup in the controller. It now has the Helion controller, which also sucks. It works a lot better than the one that came with it, because it's got a lot more range. I don't have to worry about crystals going out or anything like that. It's 2.4 gigahertz, which makes it nice. This car comes with, well, came with the TQI controller, which is a really nice setup. I really like these, and I may upgrade to this, which is kind of funny when you're talking controllers. The stock stuff, usually you don't have to, you upgrade from, because this is older and it's got that. This is actually an upgrade. Or I might buy something like this which is for this car, because everything, when you buy this kit, you don't have any electronics. It's meant for you to take your electronics that you already have and put in it, or you buy some really cool electronics, which we never really had in this car. We've always had the cheaper setups, and it performs well. So when I go the other way, I'm expecting it to really rock. We went with the Spectrum controller on this one, the 3-channel, and it's really nice. All the settings are in the back. Very easy to set up and use. It only takes 4 batteries, and the older ones felt kind of chintzy. This one doesn't feel cheap at all. It actually feels like a really nice controller. So yeah, we're running a DHK Wolf brushless motor in here, which is a 4790 kV engine, which surprisingly has a lot of torque. It does have the DHK Wolf 45 amp ESC. And like I said, I bought the car for $200 out the door with the battery. That battery has since been lost. It's been a couple of years. This system is still really smooth. When you get on the power, you can go slow with it. It doesn't go clunk, clunk, clunk. It just rolls. Where like the Proline system, if you're just trying to get it to roll a little bit, it goes clunk, 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 clunk. This is a 4-pole. This is also a 4-pole brushless setup. Not a lot of parts, so if this system burns up, it's pretty much done. I think I heard that DHK was not building RCs anymore, or they sold out to another manufacturer. Something, I'm not 100% sure on that. But so we are Dodge fans, and I was excited that this body came out. Yes, I know it goes on the other way. So I bought my son a Dodge body. We did it up. His colors are yellow, and he wanted a little bit of blue, and I was trying to figure out how to get that to look good, and I think it turned out all right. Especially with the black wheels, I think it all flows pretty nice. My car is not a very sought after car, but it is neat, and that's all I was going for, was that neat look. Like, I didn't do a Charger or Challenger or anything. They actually had a Ford Mustang body I was thinking about putting on it, but then it would look too 8 scale with the little tiny wheels, and just couldn't get over that. So Volkswagen Bug it is. I like the Baja bodies. They're pretty cool. And this one we are going to do some more videos on. We are going to upgrade the body. This is a very nice body. People go, why would you want to change that? Well, because it's a Ford. Yeah, not a Ford guy. Plus, we bought the car secondhand, so some of the stuff is kind of chintzy on it. So this is my daughter's car. This one's mine. This is my daughter's. We're going to get some run videos of her playing with this thing. She drives it really well. She's still learning, so there's sometimes she makes mistakes. Biggest thing is I tell my kids don't run them underneath other cars. So my daughter's 14. My son is 10. He's about to be 11, so he got this car when he was 11.
No, 9.
Obviously when you were 9, because you're only 10 now. He got this car when he was 9 for Christmas, and it had a different body, different power system in it, and he really impressed me with the way he drove it. Everybody told me I was making a wrong decision on his gift, and then he got it and drove it, and everybody goes, holy cow. So he drives this one really well. We're actually trying to get him into racing. Can't do that exactly with the power system and battery that we have there. This car, there is no class here for, but she still likes to go out and have fun, and we play in parking lots sometimes, so that's nice. And then my car is going to get a whole bunch of different changes. So that's why it kind of became the donor for his. It was Christmas. I felt bad he couldn't play, so we took parts from mine and put on his. So yeah. Well, if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, and we'll keep you updated on what we're doing with these rigs. Say goodbye, Devin.
Peace.